Good morning. It's Tuesday, June 9th. Here's what we're working on. A major new development could bring a new arena, hundreds of homes and retail space to Burlington.
Details of a social media ban in Canada for anyone under 16 are about to be revealed.
Shot clock winding down. Castle has to put it up. Bang! Stephon Castle for three-point range.
And the Spurs beat the Knicks to take Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Good morning. Despite this being my least favorite day of the week, it is a stunning start to the morning once again.
Why is it your least favorite day?
You know, you're hyped for Monday. Tuesday comes and it's like, I'm more tired on Tuesday. It's 4 more days to the weekend.
Okay.
I find myself definitely unhyped for Monday.
Unhyped, I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Monday. But Tuesday, okay, we're past Monday.
It's true, yeah.
And it's coming, but everybody to each his own, I guess. Oh yeah, but it's going to be a warmer day today than it was yesterday. Actually, yesterday was a touch on the cool side.
It was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was. We got to 21 and change yesterday, and that's below seasonal. So, but it was a lovely day still. But today the change is on the way. We're going to ramp up the heat. Yeah, 28 today, feeling like 36, so you'll feel the humidity. However, mainly cloudy skies, chance of showers, chance of thunderstorms throughout the day as well. We have a weak low pressure system going through, and that's going to stick around tonight. Tonight we could get some heavy downpours, and then tomorrow again, chance of showers and thunderstorms, and the temperature stays in the high 20s, humidex in the mid 30s. So it's going to get stickier as we head through this Tuesday. We'll talk about that. By the way, we're sitting at 12 degrees right now. 14 degrees at the moment. We'll talk about the forecast coming up. Looking at traffic, 403 Waterdown Road, nothing to see there. Looks good right at the moment. Not a lot of sun in your eyes this morning. We do have that partly cloudy sky. To some MTO traffic cameras. Here's the top of the Burlington Skyway Bridge. Hasn't started to fill in just as yet. Let's go back to Grays Road in Stony Creek. No, that looks pretty good. We'll flip ahead to the Ford plant. Pretty much light volume all the way around the horseshoe so far this morning. Still a little bit of lingering construction, but we can deal with that. It should come to an end pretty soon. We'll look at weather and we'll check traffic coming up in a few minutes. Right now, the news.
Thank you, Brian. Burlington City Council is eyeing a new 121-acre development on King Road that could include an arena supported by Oakview Group, the operator of TD Coliseum in Hamilton.
This is that combination of a major entertainment and recreational hub. In this case, we hope to have the OHL and Canada Basketball at this location that is surrounded by a variety of purpose-built amenities, like retail and commercial and parkland and walking space and public realm and a lot of housing, all on top of a GO station.
The proposal includes an event and recreation district that could also include an aquatic center, community programming space, and an event plaza, along with almost 9,000 housing units. If approved by City Council, the next steps would be to explore the relationships with the groups who want to be a part of the redevelopment. They're eyeing an opening date of 2030.
A pride flag has been stolen in the southwestern Ontario community of Norwich. Oxford OPP say it happened Saturday night in an elementary school. They say 2 suspects cut the metal flagpole, took the pride flag, but left the Canadian flag behind. Last week, police say a pride flag was taken from the same school and set on fire. After that incident, the Thames Valley District School Board said the flag was raised to support inclusivity. They add, quote, "There is no place for hatred and discrimination in our school community."
The Good Shepherd Centers in Hamilton say they're planning major new developments to help some of the 2,000 people who are homeless in the city. The organization is looking to rebuild its emergency men's shelter on Mary Street as a 10-story residence with 156 units and support to help the homeless make the transition to permanent housing. That's expected to cost around $80 million, and they're seeking help from the federal government.
The goal is that we'll be assisting people in moving along the housing continuum, not staying stuck in chronic homelessness, but rather giving tailored supports and a stable place to call home that will allow them to thrive.
Good Shepherd is also looking to expand into the former Cathedral Boys' School on Main Street East, saying it could eventually be rebuilt as a complex with more than 200 units for older adults.
The 17th annual Walk a Mile in Their Shoes fundraiser to support survivors of gender-based violence is happening today in Hamilton. It will step off at Hamilton City Hall at 11 o'clock. Since their first event in 2009, more than $1.65 million has been raised for YWCA Hamilton programs and services. That money helps women, children, and gender-diverse people escape violence and rebuild their lives.
Hamilton police have come up with a catchy way of warning the public about text messages from scammers.
Dad, this is my new number. Confirm if you got it. Hey, I hate to bother you, but I really need your help. I got into an accident. I'm at fault, but no one got hurt. Can you make a payment to the mechanic? I'll pay you back. Not bad.
Police posted this video on social media saying they're turned real scam text messages into a show tune, but unfortunately the lyrics are real. Police are warning that if you receive text from an unknown number that is urgent, emotional, or pushing you to act, double check before you do anything. They warn not to click any links or send any cash in these cases.
Federal government is reportedly set to announce a social media ban for anyone under 16. It would be similar to a ban first introduced in Australia last year. The Canadian ban, expected to be detailed tomorrow, is part of the government's online harms legislation. There are reports that exemptions could be made if social media platforms can show that they are able to keep all users safe online.
Ottawa has begun consultations on the fate of Toronto's Island Airport. Transport Canada says it is seeking feedback on issues such as noise, environmental and economic considerations, and quality of life in nearby communities. It says all Canadians are welcome to participate online or by mail by July 24th. Premier Doug Ford's government recently passed legislation to take over the City of Toronto's spot in an agreement that governs the Billy Bishop Toronto City Airport.
A ribbon cutting for the Gordie Howe International Bridge is set for Friday. This is ahead of the bridge's planned opening between Windsor and Detroit. The Bridge Authority says the project is almost finished and will be a major trade link between the two countries. Now, U.S. President Donald Trump said earlier that this year that the U.S. would have to be compensated before he would allow this bridge to open. Prime Minister Mark Carney says he's spoken with Trump and is expected that the situation will soon be resolved. Further details on the timing of the opening will be released in the next few days. NASA is set to introduce the 4 astronauts for its Artemis 3 mission during an announcement this morning at 11:30.
Everybody understands what's at stake right now. The difference between success and failure will be measured in months, not years.
The crew will take part in a test flight to practice docking with commercial lunar landers in low Earth orbit. It's a key step in NASA's effort to return astronauts to the moon. NASA is also expected to give an update on the Artemis program after recent setbacks, including the explosion of Blue Origin's new rocket during a test last month. The space agency says the mission is still an important milestone on the road to future moon landings. We'll have the latest tonight on the evening news at 6 and online at chch.com. Right now, we have some amazing adoption news. Jacob, the dog who had a horrible start in life, has found his forever home. Back in April, he was found abandoned on a trail in St. Catharines, severely malnourished and in desperate need of care. After weeks of rehab and a lot of care at the Humane Society of Greater Niagara, Jacob has made a remarkable recovery. He was on Morning Live a couple of weeks ago when he became available for adoption, and the response from the community was overwhelming. The Humane Society says Jacob has been adopted by Jamie and Sheila. Here he is going home with his new people. Staff say the dog who captured the hearts of an entire community is heading home to a family of his own. And watching this yesterday, I just burst into tears. I was so happy. So that's awesome. And thank you to all the foster families that looked after Jacob, all the care that was given, and the community members who donated. And congratulations to his new family.
Amazing. Who's cutting onions? Fans at New York's Madison Square Garden were giddy at the thought of the Knicks going up 3-0 in the NBA Finals, but that giddiness turned into a gut punch.
Wembanyama comes out, shot clock at 4. Now the dribble. Shot clock winding down. Castle has to put it up. Bang! Stephon Castle from three-point range. And it's a 7-point Spurs lead.
In what was a virtual must-win for the Spurs, they handed the Knicks their first loss in 46 days, winning 115-111 and cutting New York's series lead to 2-1. Victor Wembanyama had 32 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists in his first NBA Finals win, ending the Knicks' 13-game winning streak. That's the second longest in playoff history. Jalen Brunson scored 32 points, and OG Anunoby added 28 for New York, who will host Game 4 tomorrow night. Now, with U.S. President Donald Trump in attendance for Game 3 of the NBA Finals, fans endured long lines to get into MSG with extra security measures in place.
Brush stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights.
There were a few cheers for the president, but overall Trump was booed loudly when he was shown on the video board during the national anthem. Some fans paid big bucks to be there. The average ticket price was $7,500. That's the average price. Most expensive ticket, $65 grand. As the finals return to Madison Square Garden for the first time in 27 years. Toronto Raptors have re-signed general manager Bobby Webster to a multi-year contract extension and have named him executive vice president. 41-year-old from Hawaii, who's been with the Raptors since 2013, is entering his 10th season as GM and assumed full control of basketball operations after Masai Ujiri stepped down last summer. The Blue Jays' modest 2-game winning streak is over. Aroldis Garcia hit a 2-run home run, and Christopher Sanchez struck out 10 and allowed just 2 runs over 7 innings as the Phillies beat Toronto 5-2. It was the 6th win in 7 games for Philadelphia. Game 2 of the 3-game series set for tonight at the Dome. Well, this is interesting news. The Edmonton Oilers are reportedly speaking with former Maple Leafs bench boss Mike Babcock about their head coaching vacancy. Babcock resigned in 2023 as coach of Columbus even before the season started after he was accused of invading players' privacy by looking at their phones. The Oilers are said to be consulting with the NHL Players Association. The 63-year-old Babcock has also coached in Anaheim and Detroit, where he won a Stanley Cup and led Canada to Olympic gold in 2010 and 2014. We are just days away from liftoff for the FIFA World Cup as Canada prepares to face Bosnia and Herzegovina on Friday in Toronto.
They're very big, and so we even know on set pieces that they're very dangerous. So that was the emphasis today, was working on how we defend them and how we transition when we win the ball.
Canada is in Group B with Bosnia and Herzegovina, Switzerland, and Qatar. Hamilton Tiger Cats are bringing back the Made in the Hammer docu-series. Season 2 will offer fans a behind-the-scenes look at the team's pursuit of a Grey Cup championship this season. A launch date for the 4-part series has not yet been announced. The Toronto Marlies will face the Chicago Wolves in the Calder Cup final starting Friday in the Windy City. And 38-year-old Canadian Ben Silverman has qualified for next week's U.S. Open after tying for first at the qualifying event in Florida.
6:13 Tuesday morning, 9th of June, getting into traffic first of all, and then we'll get into the forecast. Traffic is pretty good. 403 in Waterdown Road area is doing fine, so no problems around Hamilton. To some MTO traffic cameras. Now, I was looking for a collision. We heard a word of a collision on the QEW Toronto Pound just past 50 Road, but that's the closest I can get. I'm seeing a vehicle off to the side, way over on the other side, but it's Toronto bound. The right lane is blocked on the QEW there west of 50. Niagara Street, St. Catharines, there's nothing to see. Top of the Burlington Skyway is getting a little bit busier. Ford plant still wide open. Dixie Road through all the construction. Nope, still moving okay. All right, temperature this morning hasn't changed this hour. We're still sitting at 14 degrees, but now the sky is mainly cloudy. We just had a partly cloudy sky overnight, but now the clouds are rolling in. The wind is fairly light, the humidity is up there, so there's a bit of sunshine around, but we're going to see the clouds roll in as the day progresses. Chance of showers and thunderstorms for later on today. It's going to be 28 today with a humidex of 36 and a bit of a southwest wind. There comes that low pressure system. It's going to give us the instability for today with those showers, possible thunderstorms as well, sticking around overnight tonight. And then tomorrow, quite a warm push of air is really going to give us some humidity. So today, 29 to 28 degrees, depending on where you are around the horseshoe. A little bit cooler for Burlington at 25, but showers and thunderstorms. Tonight, back down to 18, 19, and 20. We could get 10 to 15 millimeters of precipitation overnight, so some heavy downpours are possible. And then tomorrow, generally about 28 degrees, humidex of 36, but again, chance of a shower or a thunderstorm with a bit of sunshine for the day tomorrow. So a couple of fairly unsettled days. But 9th morning of June, so far it's pretty nice. It's fairly cloudy. Winds are light. Temperature right now sitting at 14. Long range in a few minutes. Annette, Rick.
Okay, right after the break, we're going to say good morning to Emily with a preview of what she has for us in Chit Chat. And in business news, dairy goat farmers are closer to getting their own marketing board in Ontario.
A hearty good morning to Emily. What is coming up in Chit Chat?
Well, good morning. Before we get to that, I just wanted to mention, I just received a FaceTime call from my daughter who is with her girlfriends in Ottawa on their school grad trip. And they wanted me to tell you, Annette, that they wish you the very best in your retirement, and they want to congratulate you, and that they're watching the show this morning as they get themselves ready to explore the city.
Well, that is awesome. Tell her thank you.
Yeah, I think it's
very
great.
nice.
So now
only 10 more days to go.
But who's counting?
Who's counting? Who's counting?
Almost in the single digits.
I know, tomorrow I hit single digits.
I think we should have a little countdown clock maybe for you.
Yeah, we should.
Oh, I've had one on my watch for weeks.
Okay, coming up in Chit Chat, a home in Burlington has sparked plenty of conversation in our newsroom, and we will tell you why. FX has released the trailer for the 5th and final season of The Bear. And later on this morning, Mira Sorvino and Lisa Kudrow return as Romy and Michelle. It's officially happening.
I love that movie.
We're
Me
all
too.
excited about that. Thanks,
Post-its.
Emily.
Thank you.
On the markets this morning, the Canadian dollar is trading at $71.72 US. Gold down $7, and oil is down $2 to $89.27 US a barrel. Midday European trading today, losses in London, but Frankfurt and Paris are both up this hour.
Big gains for Tokyo's Nikkei index today, closing ahead by nearly 1,400 points. The key North American markets were mixed on Monday, with the TSX up by 65.
Ontario's dairy goat farmers are a step closer to getting their own marketing board. Nearly 200 farmers have voted on a proposal to establish the Dairy Goat Farmers of Ontario. It would bring all licensed dairy goat producers in the province together to fund research and raise consumer awareness. Ontario produces about 60 million litres of goat milk each year, 90% of Canada's goat milk production.
Workers at a warehouse in Mississauga have become the first in North America to reach a collective agreement with Walmart. They're represented by Canada's largest private sector union, Unifor. Under their new contract, more than 800 employees will see raises of up to $5 an hour in the first year. The contract also limits Walmart's use of temporary and agency workers. More than 20 years ago, Walmart employees at a store in Quebec unionized, but the company closed that store 6 months later.
The Canadian government is offering loans to airlines struggling with the increasing cost of jet fuel. Finance Minister François-Philippe Champagne says the new aid program will let carriers borrow up to $150 million each. He says rising energy costs are putting pressure on airlines' balance sheets, and that financial relief will help ensure affordable travel for passengers. The airlines must commit to buy Canadian, restrict dividends and executive compensation, and maintain existing jobs in the country. WestJet is against the plan, saying the government can continue with costly and market-distorting subsidies or build a sustainable future for Canadian aviation.
Okay, we're taking a quick break right now. Brian is back with your traffic and your 7-day forecast.
Good morning. There it is on the bingo. 6:24 on this Tuesday morning. We're looking at the QEW west of 50. That's our camera. They are adjusting it at the moment. We do have a collision on the Toronto-bound lanes of the QEW. As you can see, vehicle off to the side. It's not really impeding any live lanes at the moment. The shoulder is what's blocked, so we have a collision Toronto-bound, or Hamilton-bound, I should say. So it's a collision there on the QEW just west of 50. Ontario Street, St. Catharines looks good. Here's the 403 junction heading into the sunshine, so it's making a little bit of a slowdown there. Erin Mills Parkway on the QEW looks good, and west of Winston Churchill, no problems there. Temperatures around the area that we have right now, we're starting out at 14 degrees this morning. That's for Hamilton and for Toronto, 16 for Grimsby, 17 into Mississauga. Sun times for this Tuesday morning, 5:39 up, going down at 8:58, getting to be toward the longest day. That'll be coming up a little later on this month. Seasonal temperatures and records for today, and fairly unsettled today. We could get some showers and thunderstorms even for the first bell this morning. It'll be 21, and then 24 for after school. We'll hit the high earlier than that, and then the temperature will start to come down, but still fairly unsettled. So showers, thunderstorms, 28, feeling like 36 for the day today. Tonight down to 18. We could get 10 to 15 millimeters precipitation tonight. Tomorrow, again, showers, thunderstorms possible. 28, again, feeling like 36. We climb to 29 Thursday. Still some instability Thursday and Friday. Saturday looks good. Sun cloud mix and 26. A little bit cooler, chance of showers for Sunday. It's your forecast. And that, Rick.
Thank you, Brian. New research is revealing surprising new details about a 5,000-year-old mummy.
Microbes inside Otzi the Iceman have stayed viable for thousands of years, and some could still be multiplying. Otzi's remains were discovered by hikers in 1991 along the Austrian-Italian border, where glacial ice and freezing temperatures had preserved him. Research published in the journal Microbiome revealed trillions of microbes populated his body before his death, and they lingered long after. And that's given scientists a look at what the human gut looked like in the Copper Age. The new research could pave the way for new methods of storing and handling mummies.
That's pretty wild.
So cool.
5,000 years ago.
Look at how well preserved that is.
Wow. Way to go, Otzi. Still giving back to the community.
Yes.
In a very different way.
Yes.
All right, stay with us. More to come after the break here on Morning Live. Good morning.
Is that like frozen Otzi?
Oh.
Yeah.
Some extra sugar on it.
Yeah.